Have you ever had a moment where you know you should have died, but somehow you didn't? Because that's exactly what happened to a 17-year-old kid named Eric Johnson, whose life was shattered in a horrific car crash and then unbelievably saved. Was it luck, fate, or something else? Watch until the very end, because what happens next will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about miracles. But before we dive in, if you've ever walked through loss, if you're still healing, or if you just love heartfelt storytelling, you're in the right place. So do me a favor, hit subscribe, because every week I'll be sharing new stories that remind us that even after heartbreak, life goes on. And believe it or not, it can still be beautiful. All right, let's get into it. It was a cold Sunday evening. The time? Somewhere between 6:20 and 6:40 p.m. 17-year-old Eric Johnson had just clocked out from his shift at the Food Depot grocery store. He was tired, ready to go home. As he approached an intersection, he prepared to make a left turn on a yellow light. Confident, assuming the oncoming truck, still 25, maybe 30 feet away, would slow down. He was wrong. The truck slammed into the passenger side of his 1989 Honda hatchback, his very first car. It hit at nearly 50 miles per hour. Thank God, no one else was with him that night, because if they had been, they wouldn't have survived. Somehow, by an impossible angle, Eric's car spun and missed a telephone pole that should have been crushed by the impact. Instead, he ended up in the opposite lane facing back toward his job. And then everything slowed down. Like a dream. Eric remembers the collision in slow motion, metal twisting, glass shattering, and then darkness. Until he felt it. A gentle touch. A hand on his face. He opened his eyes. Standing outside the shattered passenger side was a woman with bright red hair. Her lips moved softly. "You've just been in an accident, but everything is going to be okay. Help is on the way." Still dazed, Eric muttered back, "For real?" She nodded, calm. "Yes, everything's okay." And then she was gone. Moments later, police and paramedics swarmed the scene. The car was totaled beyond recognition. The officers whispered in disbelief because accidents this bad usually meant fatalities. But against all odds, a skinny 17-year-old kid, barely 5'9", shaped out of the wreck with only a few scratches. And here's the strangest part. There was only one official witness, a man who claimed he saw everything from behind. Eric insisted on telling everyone about the lady with red hair. But no one else had seen her. No one. His mother looked him in the eyes and said, "Son, that was your guardian angel." Eric believes it too. He knows if he had died that night, he wouldn't have been ready to meet God. But by grace alone, he was given another chance. Today, he's older, wiser, and closer to God than ever before. He says, "Some people call it luck, but we know better." That night, he was saved by an angel. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of today's story in the comments. If you're looking for another story to watch, I recommend this one.